That is right, we are now at adult level. So, on the left side here, we have Thunderballmon, who is slightly hungry and needs a little bit of training. So we'll give that to him right now. Look at him go. What a cool, massive beetle boy. The fireball one's confusing me because, like, his main attack is the electric blast thing, right? And he also just, like, kind of rams into stuff with his horn. So, like, the fireball, I guess it's just a leftover aspect of the original Pendulums, where, because it was in black and white, they just used the same sprite, but doesn't translate well into colour. But I also do kind of prefer that they've used the same sprite, because it, in a way, it carries its own history. Like, they could have just changed it to an electric sprite, but they didn't, so I do kind of like that. On the Metal Empire side, we have Thunderballmon. Very happy Thunderballmon. Oh, wow. So, so typically I don't raise Thunderballmon very often. Like, he's just not really a Digimon I go for often, but he's kind of cool. He's very expressive, is what I'm seeing right now. Now, he should be okay because I've just finished training him. In fact, yeah, you saw that, right? This took me completely off guard. At some point, I've made 2 care mistakes with this guy, and I don't know how, but I have. So what this means is, because he's going to be naturally evolving, he needs perfect care from here on out. I have to take perfect care of him. So, wish me luck on that one. What I have done is I've already given him the battles he needs, significantly more. And for funsies, we're going to battle these guys. Right now, actually, I was going to say later, but actually, because of how stuff is playing out, I'm going to battle these right now. Thunderballmon, the vaccine type. Thunderballmon, the data type. Both at adult level. Will it be the same as last time? Go! Thunderballmon lands the first hit again. Will he land the second? Yes. This is exactly the same as last time. Thunderballmon, hold back, man. Oh, Thunderballmon. I'm very sorry. How's your win rate looking? It's still above 80. We're all fine. We've got plenty of fights in. So, Thunderballmon should be evolving. Naturally. Should be. Assuming I've done everything right. And also assuming I get no more care mistakes. I don't even remember getting these care mistakes. I don't remember ever coming back and seeing his stats empty, so I don't know what's happened. I've got no idea. Thunderballmon is a different case though. He is not evolving naturally. He will be progressing. And what that means is this. Many shakes later, I'm just waiting for him to hatch. So, I've kind of got to speed these up a little bit because in the DUK, part of the colour hatch, is a little tournament going on. Now, Thunderballmon here is an adult level, and everyone else has, like, perfects and ultimates, basically. Or super ultimates. Ooh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here comes little Bubmon. So I was going to run into battle with Thunderballmon, and then everyone's rocking, like, just Digimon equivalent of gods. And so I was kind of like, you know what? I'll come back when I've got something slightly stronger. So that's what I'm going to do. So, when I'm recording this, I have a week left to get all my battles in. So that should give me time to evolve, theoretically, to evolve Thunderballmon here to at least an ultimate level. Bubmon here should hopefully get to adult, and then I can jog rest Thunderballmon to a perfect level. whichever happens first, at least I'll have something that's like gonna be able to put up a fight. I wouldn't mind fighting a perfect level against an ultimate, but having an adult level against an ultimate is just a little bit too unfair, I think. So I'm not gonna just throw my Digimon into the metaphorical meat grinder. Over here, we did in fact have an evolution. We now have Bancho Mamemon, weighing the entirety of 5 grams. Give me a bit of food. That meat's probably about as heavy as he is. But he is a Digimon, so he can easily eat like 3 times his weight in food. And I've still not got anything on the other side, but I don't know. I'm waiting until I really want to hatch something. Bubmon has just taken a dump. And on the Kiwami, I've not actually done anything. He's just been frozen this entire time. This guy's been on the back burner a little bit because I had to go into work early yesterday for what was it? It was like not a fitness test, but it was like a physical exam of some sort. Because I'm a forklift driver, they needed to make sure I can see and that I'm not going to just plow it into a wall. So I had to do that yesterday, so I had to go in early. Something else I also did yesterday, funnily enough, was... So there's this little vending machine thing, and you can get like coffees and tea and hot chocolate and stuff for like 30p. You can get tea for free, I think, and you can get some of the coffees for free. But the hot chocolate, which is what I usually go for, is 30 pence, which is dirt cheap. And it's a decent sized cup, and it tastes really nice. But yesterday, I've been looking at it for a while. There's a soup option. There's just a tomato soup option. And I've been looking at it for a little while, like, oh, I'm going to try that one day. And yesterday, I finally did it. And I can confirm that tomato soup, I can confirm that tomato soup did taste pretty good. Like, surprisingly good from a vending machine. I probably will have it again at some point, especially if it's like super cold, because soup, when it's freezing cold, just tastes so much better. When the weather's freezing cold, not the soup. I have never once enjoyed eating cold soup. On a different note, we have Waymon. So our Numamon has evolved into a Waymon. Because previously I thought he was going to evolve into Lilamon, and obviously the trust meter dropped a little bit. And yeah, currently he's on track for Demon. A bit of food there, buddy. And what that means is I'm just going to have to do some battles with him to make sure that trust meter doesn't fall too far down. You know what? Let's say hi to Waymon. That's a big old Waymon. And script Waymon and Afro. Afro Waymon. Yeah, oh, he looks so goofy and happy with that. Muchimon! So, from this point forward, he is going to be incredibly lazy. He's going to be good care, so he's going to keep that full. We're going to keep this full, but we're going to keep this empty. So, good care, no training. So, should be pretty straightforward, and more importantly, I can just keep it running like overnight, because like, when I'm trying to train Tentamon, or when I'm trying to raise even Angoramon, it can get a bit difficult because obviously these guys evolve over night time. The evolution timer counts down overnight when they're asleep. So I get a little bit cautious. So say like, oh, I need his effort to be at 2 hearts and it's only at 1 and he's gone to sleep. I don't want to wake him up and give him a care mistake, but what I will do is I'll quickly put him in the fridge. Because the one thing I'm terrified of is I put them to sleep and they evolve overnight into the wrong thing. So, happily it's not the case this time, because he's already at the requirements for what I need him to evolve into. I just need to make sure he doesn't leave those requirements. So yeah, another short video, but to be fair, I think a lot of these videos will be shorter, generally speaking, unless I've got either a lot to talk about or I'm running like 10,000 things. But again, because it's a pendulum color video, so I'm going to be running essentially these guys most of the time, just these two. And actually, after this hatch, I probably won't be running this one as much, or if I am, it'll be in the background and not the main focus of the video, so it will primarily be this guy. So we'll just be moving at whatever pace this guy moves at. Say the Digi hatching videos, sometimes I'll have like 4 or 5 VPETs running on that at a time. Like example, I've got this guy, that guy, these guys. For a while I was also running these guys. I need to put those away actually. I need to take the battery out of this guy and then put him back in his box so he doesn't get dusty. But in those videos, those are always a bit longer because I've got like 3 or 4 devices to go over, or like, and lots of evolution routes to explain. Whereas Pendulum videos, they're going to be a bit shorter because these are pretty straightforward. Especially this guy. This guy's very straightforward. But that being said, from Mochimon, from the Kabuterimon that sat in backup, from Thunderballmon, who may or may not be a distant relative of Bancho Mamimon, from Flickery Tentomon over there, and of course from Afrowaymon. And myself, thank you very, very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.